Hi there. We are on day 17 of our Through the New Testament in 1 year. And an easy read today, just Matthew 12, the first 23 chapters. So shouldn't take long. Let's do this. Jesus is Lord of the Sabbath. At that time, Jesus went through the grain fields on the Sabbath. His disciples were hungry, and they began to pluck heads from the grain to eat. But when the Pharisees saw it, they said to him, "Look, your disciples are doing what is not lawful to do on the Sabbath." He said to them, "Have you not read what David did when he was hungry, and those who were with him? How he entered the house of God and ate the bread of the presence, which is not lawful for him to eat, nor for those who were with him, but only for the priest? Or have you not read in the law of how on the Sabbath the priests in the temple profane the Sabbath and are guiltless? I tell you, something greater than the temple is here, and if you had known what this means, I desire mercy, not sacrifice, you would not have condemned the guiltless, for the Son of Man is Lord of the Sabbath." Right. A man with a withered hand. There's a lot of meaning in that, right? We'll look into that a little bit. He went on from there and entered their synagogue, and a man was there with a withered hand, and they asked him, "Is it lawful to heal on the Sabbath?" so that they might accuse him. He said to them, "Which one of you who has a sheep, if it falls into a pit on the Sabbath, will not take hold of it and lift it out? Of how much more value is a man than a sheep? So it is lawful to do good on the Sabbath." Then he said to the man, "Stretch out your hand." And the man stretched it out, and it was restored, healthy like the other. But the Pharisees went out and conspired against him how to destroy him. They don't like losing their power, right? God's chosen servant. Jesus, aware of this, withdrew from here, and many followed him, and he healed them all, and ordered them not to make him known. This was to fulfill what was spoken by the prophet Isaiah, which was, "Behold my servant whom I have chosen, my beloved, with whom my soul is well pleased. I will put my spirit upon him, and he will proclaim justice to the Gentiles." He will not quarrel or cry aloud, nor will anyone hear his voice in the streets. A bruised reed he will not break, and a smoldering wick he will not quench, until he brings justice to victory, and his name the Gentiles will hope. Yes, we do. Blasphemy against the Holy Spirit. Then a demon-possessed man who was blind and mute was brought to him, and he healed him, so that the man spoke and saw. All the people were amazed and said, "Can this be the Son of David?" I'm going to make you wait to blasphemy against the Holy Spirit tomorrow. That's a whole other thing, and I did look into that sometime past. We will get into that tomorrow, I guess. I don't know why they stopped it right there and didn't put that for tomorrow, but they did it. So let's look at our notes over here. At that time, Jesus went on the Sabbath day of the true sanctifying of the Sabbath, and he abrogating of it. Well, not a lot of notes in it, huh? Then I ought to eat the showbread. Showbread, I like that. The Hebrews call it bread of faces because it stood before the Lord all the weeks upon the golden table appointed to that service. Right. Remember the law on the Sabbath, the days the priests in the temple break the Sabbath and are blameless. When the priests do God's service upon the Sabbath day, yet they break not the law, much less that the Lord of the Sabbath break the Sabbath. Right? Preachers work on Sunday, right? Yeah, they do. He departed and went to their synagogue. The ceremonies of the law are not against the love of our neighbor. Interesting, huh? We're just looking for notes over here. The Geneva Bible had the best footnotes in it, right? He shall pronounce sentence and judge the mockery of the world, Satan, and show himself conqueror over all his enemies. Right. What's 22 over here? A demon-possessed man. Yeah. Then was brought to him a man possessed with a devil, both blind and dumb, and he healed him, so that he, which was blind and dumb, both spake and saw. Right. A truth, be it never so manifest, is subject to the slander of the wicked, yet notwithstanding it ought to be vouched stoutly. Right. Well, so there you go. That's, not a lot. Lord of the Sabbath. Okay. Jesus is the Sabbath. He's Lord of the Sabbath. So, not just on Sunday anymore. The Jews believed in, one day you can't do anything, even though they did anyways. They just like to complain and find any reason to cut somebody down who was trying to take away their power. Right? Jesus is a very simple man, and God himself. Right? The Son of Man is Lord of the Sabbath. Okay? The preacher's work on Sunday says, I'm a preacher. I'm the one they're preaching about. I am the Lord of the Sabbath. I can do what I want. Right. God's chosen servant. Okay. And blasphemy. Very short today, only 20 chapters, and it's not getting into any really heavy stuff. It is interesting that, they're saving this to tomorrow. We'll have to go back tomorrow and read that verse again, right? When the Pharisees heard it, said, it is only Beelzebul, the prince of demons, that's man casts out demons, right? And that's a famous one. We'll get into that tomorrow. So there you go. Nice short study today, only half of Matthew 12. We're going to get through the whole chapter. And like I said, later on, there'll be stuff that we dive deeper into and take longer to look through and find other verses and phrases and look into meanings of stuff. But for now, it's just the easy stuff. Okay, you can make a sermon out of any verse in this Bible, but we're reading through it. So we'll read through it. And there you have it. So give us a like. You think about it. Catch up on any may miss. We're still early into it yet, and they're short videos, so it should be easy to catch up if you want to catch up and spend the whole year with us. But until tomorrow, we'll keep going. See you then.